In last week's video, you watched as I capped off my solo in San Francisco mission with this incredible sunset over the beach. The following day, we caught one last sunrise over the Golden Gate Bridge and then flew out from Oakland to Las Vegas, Nevada. We got more fast food at Shake Shack at the airport and then flew from Vegas into Fresno to begin the next chapter of our Great Mainland trip of 2022. In Fresno, I met up with my buddy Walt, who had just finished a trip out in Europe, and we would do the rest of this big trip together, which was a welcome feeling since I was just coming from one of the most unsafe places for photographers. We drove up from Fresno to Mariposa to our hotel, which is about an hour away from Yosemite National Park, our shooting location for the next few days. I've always yearned to photograph Yosemite National Park. Being a landscape photographer, it's one of the places where Ansel Adams, one of the forefathers of landscape photography, built most of his portfolio. To me, it was a place that I needed to see with my own eyes and to try and capture in my own way in order to really understand what it means to be a landscape photographer. As soon as we reached the hotel, we hit the hay and woke up early the following morning for sunrise at the classic tunnel view. I didn't vlog to the camera for that entire sunrise due to the sheer amount of people that were present there. But I did set up my main camera with the classic tunnel view shot for a time lapse and then use my vlog camera to snipe out some telephoto shots and do panoramas as the light changed. Here we are in Yosemite at tunnel view, the classic shot down into the valley. The reason why we came here for sunrise is because I don't want to be here for sunset because it's just like way too easy, way too popular. We can probably do like Valley View or some other less common viewpoint for sunset, but get this epic shot for sunrise and then never come back to this spot again. That'd be cool. But yeah, crazy this place. It's unbelievable. Really, really dope. Our first photographs came when the sunlight began to illuminate the small amount of low clouds hovering over Yosemite Valley. The slight change in color also illuminated all the fog in the atmosphere inside the valley, which created some nice textures for some telephoto shots with some pine trees. As the sun began to rise, we noticed the light rays pouring into the valley, starting with Half Dome off into the distance and then creeping up the side of El Capitan. I essentially spent this entire sunrise photographing the same compositions, just with different lighting. My personal favorite shots were the photos of the light halfway painting El Capitan, but then it left the bottom half of the valley all moody and atmospheric. But do let me know which shots you think came out the best and which ones are your favorites. After sunrise, we planned on driving into the valley to grab some breakfast, but ended up just getting distracted by the incredible views that surrounded us. so we're just pulling over to the side of the road. But these views are absolutely nuts. El Capitan over here on this side. It's just, oh my god, it looks so beautiful. It looks like a painting right now. Absolutely crazy. I'm going into the forest this way to try and find maybe a nice little river reflection or just different comps, but this is so cool. Oh my goodness, this place is absolutely incredible. Oh, I love it here. We're gonna have a great couple of days here in Yosemite. We only have 2 full days because we flew in last night and then we fly out early on Friday. So it's really only 2 full days. So we really have to I feel like I really have to make the most of it. But yeah, this place is so incredible. It really is. We ended up eating on the way back to our hotel, and after a short rest, I ditched Walt and headed back to the park for more photography. Alright, so like the great friend that I am, I ditched Walt at the hotel. Nah, I'm just kidding. He had to do some work, so we're out here just kind of exploring Yosemite by ourselves. I'm just doing a little bit of scouting for where we should shoot sunrise and where I should shoot sunset tomorrow and where we should shoot sunset tomorrow. Basically, just trying to figure out where the best comps are. We're gonna head down this hiking trail, all flat, nothing crazy. We're not hiking all the way to Glacier Point, but yeah, hopefully we can find some nice, cool midday comps that would also work well at sunset, because we only have 3 more opportunities to shoot golden hour, and there's definitely more shots to be had than that. So we are going to try and get as much of our shooting in as possible. Alright, so that one that we were just on was Swinging Bridge, and Swinging Bridge usually has a very, very nice reflective nature with Yosemite Falls in the background, but as you can tell, there is no Yosemite Falls this time. It's been so dry this summer, so unfortunately we'll have to come back and get that, but we'll check that one off the list to make sure that we don't do for either sunrise or sunset. But with the right lighting and the right flow of the water, that might actually look pretty cool. Just not today. I mentioned Glacier Point earlier, and now with Yosemite Falls. This would begin a theme for this short little trip that, despite being in the world's greatest location for landscape photography, I yearn to see Yosemite during the right time of year. how I felt about that. You guys let me know what you guys think. It's not the best lighting conditions for this shot. This is definitely much more of a morning shot. So yeah, I think we better go check out our shot for possibly one of the two sunsets a little bit further down that bridge over there. You can see Half Dome a little bit in the frame. But yeah, I mean, at least we took the shot, and at least, you know, we got something, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about this, but yeah, let's continue on, and yeah, we'll see where else this day takes us. Wow, now that is a view. Okay. Possible sunset spot number 1, Centennial Bridge. Beautiful, beautiful Half Dome back there. I'm definitely gonna take a shot now, but beautiful, beautiful Half Dome reflected in the water. We should, if it stays clear, get some nice orange glow on that for sunset. So we'll take a shot now, but we're definitely coming back one of the two, whether it's with Walt or without Walt. I guess I'll just ask him what he wants to do, and then we'll see what we do. But yeah, beautiful shot. I'm gonna take one now. Killer, absolutely killer. The bridge was relatively close to Yosemite Valley, so I decided to stop for some food and hit up the Ansel Adams Gallery to pick up the only souvenir that I could carry at that time. I ended up at that same spot that we pulled over after sunrise this morning, and I wanted to try and get a shot of the three brothers, but ended up just shooting the afternoon light on El Cap. Back taking the shot, but this time we brought the right tools for the business. Got the 12 mil ready to go. All right, so here's my thought process with tonight's sunset. I'm thinking, trying hard to get everything in the frame. I'm thinking we could probably get the shot at Three Brothers tomorrow before we do sunset at Centennial Bridge. It's kind of on the way, I think. If I were to go get the Three Brothers shot now, I would have to go all the way back around. I don't know if I have enough time to do that because sunset is in about 2 hours. I'm still time-lapsing the shadow movement on El Cap. I kind of want to get the shadow just kind of creeping across the mountain like that. So I'm not sure how much time I actually have to spare. So I think that's what we'll probably do. We'll get the Three Brothers shot tomorrow and then shoot at Centennial Bridge for sunset. Very dumb idea, but we can actually get a shot of El Cap's reflection right there, all in one frame. Oh my god, that's really crazy. The wide angle distortion is nuts, but this shot is beautiful, very simplistic, not even including any, maybe like one palm tree on the side, but very simplistic, perfect reflections, utilizing all 12 millimeters of the lens. Crazy, really, really crazy. and take some abstract shots of this cliff. So I kind of have a bad habit of stealing my friends' tripods. So this is the shot that this one is getting, just El Cap. I wish there was no trees, but I don't really want to set my camera up on those logs, because then that's definitely prone to be shaken around. So that's the best I can do on solid ground. I did take a little bit of a foot tumble into the water because I hopped onto those rocks, and yeah, that didn't end very well for my feet. So my feet are a little bit moist, but they're not too cold. The water is actually pretty warm relatively, but let me see if we can hop across again without eating. Like this log moved. It's this log's fault. It's all this log's fault. We gotta find a better way out there. Like this rock, step the foot in this rock, and then this rock. There we go. Okay, let me walk you guys through. Classic shot. Basically, I tried to get rid of as much trees and as much rocks from distracting from this composition as possible, so I could get both El Cap and Bradadale Falls in the frame at the same time. So just basically came out, tried to get these rocks out of the frame, and then because there's a shadow of the tree here, I put those rocks right next to the tree, so it's kind of like shaded a little bit, and at least it doesn't take away from the glow on El Cap and the reflection a whole lot. I mean, it does take it away a little bit, but not too bad. So yeah, that's the time lapse for tonight. We'll just keep an eye on it, make sure these SD cards don't fill up, and we'll be good to go. Yeah, such a beautiful view though. The light is slowly but surely fading away. Faster on El Cap. It must be sitting more on our left, but wow, that glow is just incredible. coming up next week on Yearning in Yosemite.